Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I really wanted to show you this amazing Hive Slimline Die by Crafty Meraki. I'm also using the Fox and Friends by My Favorite Things, and I'm first going to do some coloring. So these images are stamped out on Transotype perfect coloring paper with Gina K Designs Amalgam ink, and I'm using my Copic markers to color everything in. So what I'm doing here, except for the clouds where I just did some flicking, I am adding my darkest color, then going to my mid-tone, and if I have a third color, I'm going to my lightest one as well. So that's how I create my shadows, just from darkest to lightest. And I go back and forth until I'm happy with the blending. So I'm going to color each bear the same. So I'm just showing this one, and then I will skip the coloring of those other two to sort of not make this a really long video with the same stuff in it. Then for the accessories today, I really wanted to use some pastel colors. I'm using some greens, some blues, some pinks, just really cute colors that are vibrant and joyful for this card. So I don't know what you think about these stamps, but in my opinion, these are one of the cutest stamp sets that are released by My Favorite Things this year, and I truly adore them. The stamp set is really friendship related, which I love, but these critters can be used for birthdays, for friendship, for miss you cards in my opinion, for winter cards. Anything you want to make with them, it's a possibility. And then of course today I'm making a slimline card. So I decided to keep it simple, but at the same time have enough images to completely cover the panel. I don't want any empty spaces, but this die that I'm using for the background later on really gives you a lot of possibilities. But that's coming soon. So this is my pinkish reddish color, and I just adore this combination R24, R22 and R20. And then it's time to do the Bee Gees. So I think this color combination, BG13 and BG11, and then my lightest BG10, was one of the first colors that I bought in Copic markers because it's a joyful blue and I just love it. So I'm going over everything at least twice, and if needed just a third, a fourth time. This paper can definitely handle a lot of layers if needed, which I really like. So onto the bunny. This one is getting another brown color. I don't know if you noticed, but my shadows are from the right towards the left, and I'm really trying to do that with all the critters, all the accessories, but also the airplanes. And for this bunny, it means that the face is a bit darker than the back of him. So almost done with the coloring. I have the matching dies that I will be using to cut every image out, and then I can start on the background. So that was the coloring, and here are my dies. I'm going to die cut it off screen, and then I'm taking the Hive Slimline Die. I'm going to cut it out of this Ballet Slipper, and I am not cutting it completely because my paper is a bit shorter than the die, but that's not an issue because I am going to add some snowdrifts on the bottom or some hills, depends how you're looking at it. So I will be covering this tiny piece up. Normally it's completely closed if you cut it out of a piece of paper that is large enough. So I am using some liquid glue to add this hive to my card base. Now if I would have a spray adhesive, I would definitely use it for this one. It took me a while to cover it completely with the liquid glue, but with some spray adhesive it can go so quickly and it will be on there completely stuck and perfect. So I'm just adding this one and that will help me with creating the rest of the background. Now you can leave it like this, or you can fill in the hives, or you can use rainbow colors or anything like that. I am going to fill in a few of these hives with the same pink, the Ballet Slippers, but I'm also going to take some gold paper and I'm going to randomly add some gold as well. And this way I'm going to create some interest in the back. I'm not filling it completely because I really like the detail of this hive, and with the white it really shows. But then again, if you fill it a little bit, it's also really interesting. And then just combining things with gold, I don't know what it is, but it's something that I really like doing lately. Gold adds so much more, so I'm just replacing some of the pinks that I had with gold. And then I'm trying my layout out before I'm adding anything completely stuck on there. So I'm laying everything down. I don't have my snowdrifts yet, but that's coming soon. But I think it actually works like this. Just adding a few more at the sides of these hives. And now I'm going to secure them. So I'm taking them out, putting some liquid glue in there, and then I am filling up these gaps. I'm using my embellishment wand to help me. That's perfectly an option with these hives that you're filling in. And I'm just adding them. Also, if you really like hexagons, after die cutting this slimline die, you have so many hexagons you cannot imagine. So I'm definitely keeping them aside. I will not throw them away. You never know if I'll be able to do some rainbow stuff or just something without the hive itself, but all the hexagons from the pieces that were left over, I don't know, but there are so many possibilities. Don't throw it away. So here I am cutting down my snowdrifts. These are cut out with the slimline snowdrifts by My Favorite Things. I just cut out one, and then I could trim it into 2 pieces, and I immediately had enough snow hills for this card. On this one I'm going to add the sentiment, and I'm just going to stamp it out using the Gina K-Design Amalgam ink. I also use this ink on my critters, so I don't mind using black ink to stamp out my sentiment. Adding the first hill, and then I can stamp this out. Using my Misty for that, you can multiple stamp your sentiment. Sometimes it's really needed, definitely when you have a new one. A few times stamping is like needed a lot, and I don't prep my stamps, so I need sometimes a 3rd time or a 4th time, but with the Misty it's perfectly fine. It stays in the exact spot that you need it. I'm covering the back now with some thin foam squares. I really like this height. I use it all the time, the thin foam squares from Scrapbook Adhesives. And then I'm adding it to the bottom of this card, and then I can start adding all the images using a combination of liquid glue but also thin foam squares. And that's about it. That's all that I have left to do. Also, I don't know if you saw it, but with the gold I only partially die cut the Hive Slimline Die because I didn't need a lot of gold, and I also don't want to like use all my gold paper on one die, so that's perfectly an option. Also, I'm keeping that partially die cut hive as well because maybe I can use it also in the future. There are so many ideas in my head. I just need to find some time to get these onto cards. So we will see if I have enough time to create things like that. But definitely don't throw anything away that you cut out using this die. because there are so many possibilities, so many. You can also use this die cut hive, for example, as a stencil, which can also be really pretty. Just so many ideas. So I'm almost done with adding all the elements to this card, and then I will call it finished. So I also think that this card would have worked perfectly with some sort of a minty, bluish, greenish cardstock on the back, if you don't want to use pink. And it would also work with these colors that I used for the images, the Copic markers. So yeah, adding my final images, and then I will snip off the excess, and then this card is finished. So that's it for today. I truly hope that you enjoyed this video and of course the end result. If you did, you can always give this video a thumbs up. I made this card as being a part of the design team from Crafty Meraki. Upcoming weeks there will be a lot of videos that I will share on their channel, so definitely check that out if you don't want to miss any of my videos, because probably they won't be on my own YouTube channel just because of a lack of time. So yeah, that's something that I wanted to mention. I hope you have a wonderful end of the year, and I will be back soon with another card. Bye!